Hello, my beautiful people. Today I wanted to talk about stress and anxiety. So it's going to be more of a mental health based type video. Since starting my health and fitness journey 9 years ago, I used to think that it was all about physical health. So in my mind, a couple of years ago, if I saw that someone was healthy on the outside, it automatically meant that they were healthy. Again, this is how I used to think. And so naturally, I wanted to do everything that these individuals were doing because I wanted the same results. And so since I thought that it was all about physical health, I started working out 6 times a week, and I was making sure that I was meeting a certain amount of calories in a day, and I was making sure that all of my food was fitting into my macros. And it wasn't until just recently, I'd say a little bit over 6 months or so, that I really started to do more of that inner work. And you guys, it is absolutely mind-blowing how much happier and healthier I feel. Ever since I can remember, I have always been a go, go, go type person. It's always just been really hard for me to relax because I grew up thinking that it was not okay to relax. It was not okay for me to relax ever. And so I was always feeling really stressed out and anxious. And after feeling all of these feelings for such a long time, I started to think, maybe this is the type of person that I am. Maybe I have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And this is just the way that I was born, because my parents are also very much so the same way. They're always go, 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 and they hardly ever relax as well. After a while of pushing through my stress and anxiety, my body started to fall apart. And this didn't happen overnight. This was just an accumulation of years and years of being stressed out and anxious. And so my body started to fall apart on me. Ultimately, my stress and anxiety would come to affect my weight, my hormones, my digestive system, and there was also a point in time where I developed to what seem as age spots on my hands. I don't have them anymore. I'll put a picture somewhere here on the screen for you to see what those spots look like. But all of this was because of my stress and anxiety, and because I wasn't able to properly learn how to handle all this. And so now, after doing a lot more of that inner work, I have 7 ways that I want to share with you as to how it is that I reduce my stress and anxiety. And my only hope is that some of these ways help you out. So let's just go ahead and get started with today's video. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with a way that has actually improved my anxiety levels by a lot. And it's one that I never really thought could impact me the way that it did. And that is the importance of having balanced blood sugar levels. Now, I'm not quite sure how many of you know about blood sugar, but mismanaged blood sugar is an underlying cause of hormonal problems in women. And so not only would I feel very anxious because of my unbalanced blood sugar, I would feel very hangry a lot. And you guys might be familiar with that term, but I would feel hangry quite often. I would feel shaky, I would feel dizzy, I would feel nauseous, and sometimes I felt like I was about to faint. And this was all because of how unbalanced my blood sugar levels were, because of either A, not eating enough because I felt like I needed to meet a certain number of calories or macros throughout the day. B, I was waiting a really long time in between my meals to finally eat because of how busy I was. And C, because of me not having a balanced meal. So it was a combination of all of those things that really affected my blood sugar levels. So on the screen, I want to show you my before and after pictures of how my sugar handling used to be. So before is the orange, and on the chart here, you can see that that is really, really high. And 90 days after is the blue, which you can see there at the very bottom. It is such a huge difference. And so that's 90 days after working with a nutritional therapy practitioner who has helped me so much. Now that you know what my sugar handling used to look like and what it looks like now, you're probably wondering, how is it that I was able to do that? And how is it that I continue to keep my sugar levels balanced. And I do have an example. I'll put it up on the screen here in a second, but I think that this example is going to be really good to see visually so that you know what it is that I'm talking about. So on the screen, you can see my lunch. Now this was in my last what I eat in a day type video, and the reason why this meal keeps my blood sugar levels balanced is because it is a very balanced meal. In the bowl, there is a healthy fat in there with the avocado and the grass-fed beef patty. My carbohydrates are going to include the salad underneath everything, the sweet potato fries, the tomatoes, and the pickle. So pretty much any fruit and vegetable is going to be considered a carbohydrate. And my healthy protein is the grass-fed beef patty. So by me making my meals in this balanced approach, it's not only going to help keep me satisfied for a long period of time, but it's also going to keep my blood sugar levels balanced. The other thing that I do want to let you guys know is that I no longer count my calories or my macros. After learning everything that I do know now, I know that I still have yet so much to learn, but after everything, I have come to realize that health and fitness goes so much deeper than what you physically look like on the outside, and health and fitness goes so much deeper than me trying to fit something into my calories and into my macros. So to give you an idea of what an unbalanced meal looks like, think of this for breakfast. Think of a bowl of oatmeal and some fruit. These two things are purely carbohydrates. So if you don't have anything to kind of balance it out with, it might increase your anxiety levels and it might produce some cravings for you because the carbohydrates are spiking up your blood sugar levels. So in order to keep this balanced, go ahead and put in there some fat and some healthy protein, and this is overall going to help you feel so much better and so much fuller for a longer period of time. If you do want more ideas of what I eat in a day, I'll leave that linked down below in the description. I've come out with 2 of these videos and I will continue to come out with some more. If you do want to learn more about blood sugar, I'll also leave an article linked down below in the description that talks about the anxiety sugar connection, and then I also recommend reading these 2 books. So the first one is called Woman Code, and it is from Alyssa Vitti. It matches my shirt, but she talks a lot about blood sugar in this book. And this one I just recently ordered, but I already know that it's going to be a really good book. It is from Mark Hyman and it is called The Blood Sugar Solution. I can also leave both of these books linked down below in the description if you want to check them out on Amazon. Moving on to way number 2 that I like to reduce my stress and anxiety, and that is through yoga. Now before you roll your eyes, click out of this video and think, oh, another person telling me to do yoga and how it helps. I used to be you. I used to think that I would never get into yoga. I'm all about that weightlifting and all about that HIIT, which I still do, but I just never thought that I would get into yoga because of how slow it was. I felt like it was going to be really boring for me, and I just felt like I needed to be flexible, and overall I just thought it was going to be a waste of my time. In November of 2018, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this whole yoga thing a shot. We'll see how it goes. And ever since then, I've been doing it once a week, and I have come to love how relaxing and calming it makes me feel. I'm so much less frantic than I used to be, and I don't use an app or anything like that. I discovered this girl on YouTube called Yoga with Adriene, and I just really love listening to her. She has a nice calming voice to listen to. I really like watching her videos on yoga for stress and yoga for anxiety. I'll go ahead and leave her YouTube channel linked down below in the description if any of you guys are interested in checking her YouTube channel out. Along with yoga, I also never thought I would get into this, but I now meditate. I meditate as part of my morning and my nighttime routine, and I can feel a huge difference, you guys, as to when I do decide to meditate and when I'm feeling a little lazy and I decide not to meditate because I don't have time. I can feel a huge difference throughout the day or the next day. Now, the reason I like to meditate in the morning is because it sets me up for a positive, more calm mindset, and I'm feeling a lot less stressed and a lot less anxious throughout the day. The reason why I like meditating at night is because, I don't know about you guys, but for me, as soon as I lay my head on my pillow, millions of thoughts just kind of pop up in my head, and I start thinking of what I forgot to do today, what's on my list to do tomorrow, and I just get really stressed out. So by meditating at night, it really kind of calms that inner chatter, and I'm able to fall asleep faster, and I'm able to get a good night's rest. I do use an app for this one. It is called the Insight Timer app, and I just really like this app because it has the largest library of free meditations. You can upgrade to the premium level, but I just keep it at the free level for now. And I also appreciated the fact that there was a 7-day free course that you could take throughout the week in order to learn how to meditate, especially because when I first started meditating, I had no idea what I was doing or where to start. So I really like that that was included in the app. The fourth thing that I like to do in order to reduce my stress and my anxiety levels is by simply taking a walk outside in nature. If I'm able to, I'll do this barefoot. I'll walk outside on the grass, on the cement, obviously paying attention to where it is that I'm walking. If you live near a beach, go outside and walk barefoot on the sand. For me, please. One day I'll live near a beach. But if you are doing this, I'm not quite sure how familiar you are with this term. If you go outside and walk barefoot in nature, you are doing something that is called earthing, or some people may also know it as grounding. And every single time that I go outside and connect with nature, I come back feeling so much more balanced. And if you do have a 9-to-5 job, go outside and take a quick little walk. Probably not barefoot, but I promise you, if you get away from your work computer or from your phone, you'll come back feeling so much more relaxed and at ease. The next thing that I like to do in order to help reduce my stress and my anxiety levels is to take 5 deep breaths. Whenever I feel stressed or anxious, I stop whatever it is that I'm doing and I take the time to take 5 deep breaths. Now, I know that usually when people take deep breaths, they fill their chest with so much air and then your shoulders start to rise. So kind of like this. This isn't really the proper way to take a deep breath. So I'll go ahead and kind of demonstrate how it is that I do it. Basically, what I do is I inhale through my nose, and when I inhale, I fill my stomach up with air. So it'll look like this. You see how my stomach expanded? So after my stomach has expanded, I'll hold it at the top for a little bit, and then I'll sigh it out or release it out through my mouth. So now that you know how to properly take a deep breath, I promise you are going to see such a huge difference, because it sends a signal to your brain that everything is okay. And I wanted to quickly show you guys an Instagram post that I saw, and it just came at the perfect timing, and so I wanted to show you guys what it said. But on the screen it says, "When it feels like I can't manage everything, I manage my breath and let it be enough." The sixth thing that I like to do is to write down 3 things that I am grateful for. And as part of my morning routine, along with meditation, I like to take a notebook out and write down 3 things that I am grateful for. And sometimes it's as simple as being alive, you guys. That just means that my life still has a purpose. It means that I still get to help and inspire you guys reach your health and fitness goals by talking about my journey. And if you can't come up with 3 things, come up with at least 1. I know that at first this is going to feel really weird because we're so used to being around negativity, and it's so much easier to be negative than it is to be positive. If you start doing this on a daily basis, you are going to start feeling happier and healthier, and you're just gonna have a much more positive mindset. Another thing that I have started doing is taking the time to unplug from social media. Not gonna lie, social media can sometimes be a little bit stressful. And so what I like to do, and I'm still trying to get better at this, but what I like to do is I like to designate a specific day. So say Sundays is my day where I don't go on social media. And throughout the week, I will put my phone on airplane mode after a certain time of day, just so that I don't get any incoming notifications, any incoming texts, or anything like that, and I'm able to be more present. Please leave a comment down below how it is that you like to reduce your stress and anxiety levels. I hope this video was helpful. Take care, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye, guys.